Hey, how's it going? In today's lesson, we'll be going over MDI, Manual Data Input. MDI is an option most CNC machines have to allow you to generate G code and M code right there at the machine without having to come back to your computer, hop on Notepad or your CAM or your CAD system to generate a program. With MDI, you can perform operations quickly. So if you need to turn on your spindle, you literally go to your MDI option, type in M03, S1000, end of block, insert, cycle start, and your spindle turns on. That defeats having to come all the way back to your computer, hop on Notepad or your CAM system, and make a program that turns on your spindle, put it on your USB, bring it back out to the CNC machine, load it, and then hit cycle start, and then boom, your spindle turns on. I mean, yeah, sure it works, but it takes a lot of time, and it's a waste of time doing it that way. That's why MDI is such a helpful tool to use. During MDI, you'll see it's most useful during your setup. I'm not saying you only use MDI during setups, but that's when you use MDI a lot. So we're going to go out to the shop. I'm going to show you some MDI examples on the CNC lathe and CNC mill. Let's go. Alright, so I'm out in the shop, and first option I want to go over is turning on your spindle. We're on a lathe here, and for some reason you need your spindle to be turned on. So what I'm going to do here is go to MDI. So you can see I have my MDI button here. I'm going to click it, and it brings me to this screen where it looks like you have an empty program. So to turn on my spindle, I type in M03. The spindle speed we'll just go with 500. End of block. Insert. And there you have it. You have the program there to turn on your spindle to a speed of 500. So now I'm going to hit cycle start. And there, you can see the spindle has successfully turned on. And I'll just stop that. Now, we have our tools here for this lathe, and we're currently set on tool number 4. And I need to comp tool number 1. So, in order to call up tool number 1, once again, I'm going to be in MDI. I'm going to delete my previous program here. It's gone. And now on this lathe, all I have to do is just call up the tool number, T, and I want tool 1 to hop up, so I'm going to type in 1, end of block, and you can see it's typing it right there. It's not actually going up there right away. It'll hop from here to here when I hit insert. And there it is. Now I'm going to hit cycle start, and it moved from tool 4 to tool 1. So now I can successfully comp this tool. Alright, so now we're over at a CNC mill. I'm going to play a little bit of role play here. I'm going to say I successfully loaded my program into the machine. We're making coasters with G in it for my last name. And I've done my work offset for my part in the machine. I know you can't really see it right now, but it's in there. And I want to make sure that I successfully set up my work offset. I want to make sure I made my X0 and my Y0 where I want them to be so they work properly with my program. So something cool to do with MDI is you can check that very quickly with like 2 blocks of code. So I'll show you how that's done. Alright, so here we are. Got my piece loaded up into the vise. I know, like I said, I want my X0 and my Y0 to be right here in the center. I got the first tool of the program called up here, and that's the tool I'll be using to ensure that my X0 and my Y0 are properly positioned. So I'm going to go over to MDI, delete out whatever's in there. There it is, got the blank screen ready for a program to be installed. So I'm going to type in, the first thing I type in is my G90, which is my absolute dimensioning. And then I also want G55. G55 is the work offset I used for this program. And I'm going to do end of block, insert. There it is. And now you can also, with MDI, you can put in as many blocks of code as you want. You're not just limited to one. It's literally making a program right here at the machine. You can make it as long as you want. Now I need to go to G0. I'm going to input a G00, which is my rapid movement, an X0, and a Y0. End of block, insert. Now I have 2 blocks of code here on the machine, and what this is doing is, I guess you got the G90 right here. That's your absolute. G55 is the work offset. G00 rapiding. So it's going to take my tool and rapid it over to X0 and Y0. And that's where I want my work offset to be. So we're going to see if I properly set up my work offset. I'm going to hit cycle start, and hopefully my tool will go where it's supposed to go. Alright, so you can see I did a little bit of movement. Can't really tell if this tool is in the center here, so I'm going to hop over to hand jog here, moving the Z, and I'm just going to move down slowly. And if you look, I'd say I did a pretty good job setting up my my work offset here. It's not guaranteeing anything that you have it down to, you know, the correct position down to a couple tenths or anything like that, but it just gives you some reassurance that your tool is where it's supposed to be. Alright, now let's say I just want to move my tool from here to here. Say that's 3 inches. You can go ahead and do that in MDI as well. So I'm going to go here, make sure I'm in my MDI. I'm going to type in G00. I'm going to go G91. I want to move incrementally, so that way I'm only moving my tool 3 inches this way, you know, because if I just type in you know, Y of -3, it's going to pick up my work offset, which is right here currently, and move -3 that way. So I got G00, G91, and I'm just going to type in Y -3 point end of block, and insert. There should be cycle start, and there you have it. It moved -3 inches. And you can do other things. If I want to turn on my spindle as well, I'm gonna reset, and I'm gonna delete out the program that's in there. I'm gonna type in M03 S. Let's go 800. End of block. Insert. There she is. If I hit cycle start, your spindle is now on. I'm going to stop the spindle. Spindle is off. I hope this video was a help to you. Just remember, with MDI, you can do anything with MDI that you can with the actual program. You can drill, you can mill, you can tap holes, anything you can do in a regular program you can do with MDI. MDI is a useful tool. Use it. It'll save you time. It'll save you money. Hope this video, like I said, was a help to you. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Have a great rest of your day.